Welcome to Phrasal Verb Practice. This is the place to learn real English, one phrasal verb at a time. My name is Marissa, and I'll walk you through this learning journey. Hi team, I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's learn and practice the phrasal verb get out. All right, let's start with what get out means. First, we use get out to talk about leaving a place, so moving from inside to outside. Please get out of the room. We need to get out before it starts raining. She got out of the building quickly. Now, another very common use. We use get out when we exit a vehicle. He got out of the car and closed the door. We got out of the taxi near the office. She got out of the train at the next station. There's also a meaning where get out is about escaping a situation, usually something uncomfortable or difficult. They got out before the police arrived. I need to get out of this situation. He got out of the meeting early. And finally, we use get out to tell someone to leave. This is usually in the imperative, and it can sound strong. Get out! Get out of my office right now! Just get out and leave me alone. So, the main idea behind get out is simple. It's always about moving from inside to outside, sometimes physically, and sometimes more like leaving a situation. Now, just to give you a quick idea in other languages. In Spanish, it's salir or irse. In French, sortir. In Portuguese, sair. In Italian, uscire. In German, rausgehen, hinausgehen. In Japanese, deru. And in Chinese, chuchu. So, when do people actually use get out? We use get out when we want to leave a place, when we're getting out of a car or any transport, when we're escaping a situation, or when we're telling someone to go away, sometimes quickly or with urgency. Let me give you a few more examples, just to bring it all together. I need to get out of the office early today. She got out of the car and waved goodbye. They got out before things got worse. Get out of here right now! We should get out of this meeting before it ends. Now, let's talk a bit about the grammar. The phrasal verb get out is generally inseparable. That means we don't split the verb. You usually use it with of plus place or situation. Structure: get out of plus place. Get out of plus situation. Get out! No object. Examples: get out of the room. Get out of the car. We don't say, get the room out. That's incorrect. With pronouns, it works like this. Get out of it. Get out of there. So the key point is, we keep get out together. All right, now let's practice. First, you're going to listen to a short text about everyday life. Then you'll hear another one in a professional or office context. Are you ready? Let's start. This morning started a little slower than usual. I woke up, looked outside, and saw that it was sunny. So I thought it was a good day to get out of the house early. I made some coffee, got dressed, and told myself I really needed to get out before I changed my mind and stayed in all day. When I stepped outside, the air felt fresh. It made me happy I decided to get out instead of scrolling on my phone. I walked to a small cafe nearby, and when I arrived, I had to wait a bit before I could get out of the line and finally order. Later, my friend Anna texted me and asked if I wanted to meet at the park. I said yes right away. I was already out, so it felt easy to just keep going instead of going back home. When she arrived, she got out of her car and waved at me. We both laughed because she said she almost didn't get out of bed that morning. We spent a couple of hours talking, and at some point, we started discussing work. She told me she really wanted to get out of a stressful project she was in. I understood her. Sometimes you just need to get out of situations that don't feel right. In the afternoon, I got a call from my brother. He was stuck at home and asked if I could come help him get out of a problem with his laptop. I went over, and after fixing it, we both decided to get out and grab something to eat. By the end of the day, I felt tired, but in a good way. I was really glad I chose to get out and enjoy the day instead of staying inside. Great, that was the first text. How many times did you hear the phrasal verb of the day? Now, let's move on to the second text. Yesterday at work was one of those days where everything felt a bit too much. I got to the office early, but I couldn't really get out of that feeling that something was going to go wrong. We had a long meeting scheduled in the morning. Honestly, I was just waiting for a chance to get out of it, but it kept going. At one point, my manager asked a question that made things tense, and I could see a couple of people wishing they could just get out of the room. After the meeting, I stepped outside for a few minutes to get out of the office and clear my head. That helped. When I came back, I had a few emails waiting, including one from a client who wanted to get out of a project we had been working on for weeks. That meant we had to quickly adjust our plans. Later, my teammate and I went to visit a client. When we arrived, we got out of the car and reviewed our notes before going in. The meeting went well, but we had to be careful not to get out of alignment with what we had promised earlier. Back at the office, things were still busy. A colleague came over and said he needed to get out of another meeting early and asked if I could cover for him. I agreed, even though I was already a bit overloaded. By the end of the day, I was ready to get out of the office and disconnect. As I packed my things, I realized that even though the day was intense, we managed to handle everything without things getting out of control. When I finally walked out, it felt good to just get out and leave work behind for the day. Great, that was the second text, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for following this channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.